Have you ever been part of something bigger than yourself? I invite you to dive deep into this natural sanctuary lost in the immensity of the Pacific Ocean. It's a place that causes you to reevaluate your connection with nature. And what we're doing there, we believe, will have an impact on generations to come. So I'd like to take you on a journey to a very special place. It's a place of captivating beauty and very rich history.
It's in the middle of nowhere. It's just a speck of dust. And it's a place of wonder. She invites you to be with her and just be.
Your first encounter with Tetiaroa is that it's a place of quiet, where nature is everywhere. Solitude is possible. Quiet is possible. The wind in the trees, the surf breaking on the reef, the sounds of the ocean and the lagoon.
She's there like a vessel, just holding you and offering you a spectacular experience. And when you're flying to the island, you see it on the horizon. It's like you see a silver lining on the horizon, and it's magnificent, it's beautiful.
Tetiaroa is located in the South Pacific, 35 miles from Tahiti in French Polynesia.
It's a small atoll of 12 motus. So motu is the translation in Tahitian of islets. And it's surrounded by its coral reef and surrounding an internal lagoon that is absolutely beautiful.
It feels like a sentient consciousness. You just feel it when you're there on the beach looking beyond. That consciousness transforms you.
It's a small atoll, which means that the lagoon is very calm, and visitors enjoy the lagoon as basically a large swimming pool, and has a full tapestry of different species. Tetiaroa Atoll is a living laboratory. The degree of preservation of the island make it appealing to scientific study. There's almost no species that hasn't been completely studied on this atoll. It's a place that deserves to be preserved for posterity. And to the Polynesian people, who are indigenous peoples, these were their islands, their ancestors were the first to arrive there. Polynesians are people of the ocean. They have a deep spiritual connection to Tetiaroa.
Tetiaroa is more than a beautiful place or more than a beautiful island. It is a sacred place. So it is full of traditions, full of energy, full of mana. What we call mana is the Polynesian soul, Polynesian energy.
Tetiaroa was the exclusive reserve of Tahitian royalty for 1,000 years. We're learning how the Tahitians navigated the ocean, how they did what we call wayfinding, using the stars and the ocean waves and the wind. This island was a place where the king would gather the best navigators for the success of these exploratory missions they would send.
I feel a great connection to Tetiaroa. This is a place where my family came from, and when my father had his heart,
Well, back in the 60s, Marlon Brando made a movie called Mutiny on the Bounty, which featured the whole story of the mutineers discovering Tahiti. One day went to visit Tetiaroa and decided that he wanted to buy it. He eventually acquired the island.
He made a promise to the original owner to protect it. I think it was a struggle because he felt very much alone at the time, and he knew that he had to take good care of her. He was really interested in alternative strategies and energies and sustainability. He just needed a little helping hand to implement a lot of these ideas he had stirring in his mind.
Marlon Brando called me and he said, "I need help on my island." So we began a long conversation about what should be done there. What would a sustainable, luxurious resort look like? My personal journey on Tetiaroa was learning about sustainability from Marlon Brando. In the case of the Brando, we knew that many people would be examining what we were doing to make sure that we were not messing things up with their cultural heritage. We felt that responsibility to do something that would be not only successful, but that the Polynesian people would be proud of. Marlon had the vision to not have any fossil fuel on the island. So I said, okay, we won't be able to have air conditioning. That's 3/4 of all of the energy we need to operate a resort in a tropical environment. So we're the first commercial application in the world of what's come to be known as seawater air conditioning, SWAC for short, which we use on Tetiaroa as our production of cooling from the deep ocean for the guests. From there, we were able to do without fossil fuel by complementing our energy balance with solar energy. We were able to achieve almost 100% carbon neutrality. This was one of the principles that Marlon insisted on. The thing to know about atolls is that the soil is very poor. In order to have a rich garden, we began enriching the soil. And we've been doing that now for 10 years. And so now we're beginning to have a rich topsoil, which can support all kinds of produce. And we produce on Tetiaroa about 3 tons of honey a year. It's also an opportunity for our chef to have access to some very fresh ingredients.
Aujourd'hui, grâce à l'engagement écologique de l'hôtel, nous avons la chance d'avoir un jardin incroyable qui nous inspire, qui nous permet de faire de nouvelles créations. Aujourd'hui, on travaille sur un nouveau plat où on a pu la parfumer avec le basilic du jardin, faire un bouillon à base de piment. C'est vraiment un rêve pour un chef d'avoir des produits frais à disposition de suite, du jardin jusqu'à l'assiette.
Architecturally, we were intent on creating a comfortable villa, but not a trendy one. All of our construction is on the land. None of it is on the water. Marlon was very insistent on that. We believe that a visitor to the atoll should be able to walk along the beach and feel as though it's just in the same state that it has been for centuries. So there are basically 2 parts of the community. There's the Brando, the resort, and then there are all of the science and conservation efforts that take place within our field station, which is called Tetiaroa Society. The mission of Tetiaroa Society is education, science, and conservation. One of the main projects that we have is known through an acronym TARP, T-A-R-P, Tetiaroa Atoll Restoration Program. And so the mission of TARP is to try to restore the island to its original habitat. We've studied sharks, turtles, crabs. We've eradicated rats. We've eradicated mosquitoes. We've seen our turtle nesting tracts go from a couple of dozen in 2004 to over 1,400 in 2024. We've seen the bird population quadruple since the rats were eradicated.
The seabirds play a critical role here. They forage out in the open ocean, sometimes 100 kilometers away from the atoll, feeding on fish and squid, and they end up defecating their guano onto the atoll, and that brings a lot of nitrogen and phosphorus, which allows the plants to grow. It allows the terrestrial animals to survive, and also those nutrients flow out into the lagoon, into the ocean, and it promotes coral growth and fish growth. You get a much healthier ecosystem the more seabirds that you have around.
We have 11 seabird species nesting in Tetiaroa, which is a big number, a really rich diversity of seabirds for an atoll in this area of the world. And just by removing rats and other problematic species, we could see immediate results within a few weeks.
The Brando has become the first ever hotel to benefit from a strategy that allowed for the removal and suppression of mosquito infestation. And we're doing so using a technology that is not relying on insecticide. It is the so-called stir insect technique with the rear and release of stir male mosquitoes.
So that those males can go out and seek their female counterpart in the field, mate with them, sterilize them, and induce essentially the collapse of whatever is remaining of that population.
When I first came here, there was nobody on the atoll, there was no resort. And when the project of the Hotel Brando started, Richard asked me where are the turtle laying the eggs. And so I was really able to show them exactly on the map where the turtle were laying eggs. We want to make sure this place is still unique forever for the turtles. So we're going to push the villa a little more into the bushes. We really monitor everything, the duration of the nesting, the number of eggs, the location of the place. So if they need any care, of course, we are going to take care of them, and we transfer them to our sea turtle clinic in Tahiti, where basically they spend a few weeks or months with us. We try to give them a second chance. We weigh them, take the size, feed them, and then when they are better, we release them back to the ocean. And this is magical.
Right now, we have to understand our impact on nature, and we have to try to reduce it as much as possible. We are part of nature, and by taking care of nature, we are also taking care of us. We are not asking you to change the world, we are asking you to change your world a little bit.
I'm very pleased with what we've done. We're all very proud of what we've accomplished. The world is in trouble. We see this on the news every day. Global climate change, loss of species, issues with the ocean, and so forth. But we're going to start with just this one island. Our goal at Tetiaroa Society is not to change the world. Where we try to engage our visitors, our guests, is the idea that we can all do something. I'm pretty sure Marlon is up there chuckling at us, laughing, probably saying, I can't believe you actually did the things you said you were going to do, but we did it, and we believe will have an impact on generations to come. If we're doing our job correctly at the Brando, you've had a fantastic experience. At the same time, you may not look at the world quite the same way when you go home.
Chez toutes ces personnes comme chez moi, fait prendre conscience qu'il y a de l'espoir.
Of course, the first thing that you will do when you come here is to see these beautiful places, to see these beautiful sceneries with the lagoon is absolutely gorgeous, turquoise blue, white sandbars. But then, after seeing those things, you will realize that it's not really what you see, but it's what you feel. Because Tetiaroa is all about feelings. It's all about reconnecting with your senses. What you see, what you smell, what you taste, what you touch. It's all about an inner experience. Like it's what is outside will make you change inside. Tetiaroa is a great mirror, beautiful mirror of what is happening in your mind and in your soul. I love my culture and I love my people. I love my islands. And I think Tetiaroa is the perfect, absolutely perfect example of what this idea is. Never forget where we come from. Assess what we should do now and try to educate the future. You don't come into Tetiaroa and live unchanged. Never.